At what point did you realize that you could become a coach?
Well, I had a friend who is now a big agent, and he had stopped playing. We were together. We played together in Cologne.
Oh, okay.
He moved to. He's even here in this picture.
Oh, okay.
Michael Beck.
I see.
Yeah, and so he asked me, Charlie, can we do something? And at that time I was still playing. I was in Denmark then. So we tried to start a little bit of an academy stuff, and so he came one day, and when we come in, and I said, I will take over, I will do it. So he was standing aside, he was looking at me, watching me what I was doing. I said, when we finished, I said, have you coached before? I said, no. He said, you could do this.
Try it.
So try it. He really encouraged me. So when I finished, I'm playing this, and the first thing I did was to do the License B in Germany, UEFA B. Yeah. I did it, and thank God in German, I passed. I passed the test, and I had the license. I came down here. In fact, I started 11 Wise before going back again to do the course, and then till now. I've had a passion, I've had a belief. I didn't believe I could do it though. Yeah. I had different thoughts of job, what to do and all that.
So if you were not a coach, what would you have done differently?
I was going to sell clothes. I was going to dress you and stuff.
You were going to dress you up? Because you've always had the knack for fashion.
Yeah. So I look at you and I say, okay, you have to wear
this one will fit you. I see.
You know. So yeah. But when I went into coaching, passionate about it, I loved what I was doing. I love that people have taught me. I've also become a coach, and now I can
impact on
others and you know, show them. So it was good, and I have no regrets.
Tell us about your journey as a coach from 11 Wise. How was it like? What were
11 Wise coaching? I was coaching more of what I know as a footballer.
Oh, okay.
You know, even though I had gone to the
coaching
school and all those things, I was adding a little bit of more of what, and of course I had that Lamte also to support me, so it was good. But that journey from there, then I went to Right to Dream to study, at least to understand youth football and all those things. Okay. I made a conscious effort to learn. I educated myself, you know, going into attachments, and you know, I was connected to Germany, so most of the time I go. I've been to Bernard when he was Celtic. Yeah, okay. I've been to him. I've been to Mourinho. I've been to Pochettino as well.
Really? Pochettino when he was at Spurs. I remember.
Spurs,
I remember.
You know, and sometimes not necessarily watching their training, but just to talk to them. Oh, okay. For Bernard, for instance, Bernard was a very good guy. He had time for me, and anytime I've been to him like 2 or 3 times, and he will have time to talk to you, and I'll ask him questions. And there were a few things I learned from him. Okay. When I was Ashgold coach, I used some of them, and it worked. It worked, and you know, you'll be doing a lot of mistakes if you see what they are doing and you want to implement it here. It's a different environment altogether. Yes. You know, so you can't take what they are doing and bring it. You must create your own. But of course, if you have that knowledge of what they are doing and stuff, it helps you to think and think deeper.
A young man thinking and thinking deeper, and all of a sudden you were dropped in the sea of Accra House of Folk.
Yes, huge. You know this guy. I don't see him. He was then CEO for House of Folk, and he was vice president for Nyatechi then. Is it
Fred Princeton?
Fred Princeton. When I signed for House of Folk, after everything, he said, "Do you know what you signed?" You know, in a funny way. Yes. He said, "Do you know what you've signed?" I said, "What do you mean?" "You signed House of Folk." Yeah, you know, but it was good. Yeah. I went through this channel. House of Folk was great. You know, it was a good time for me to learn, and you know, whatever happened there happened for a good reason. No regrets.
Did you take the job too early? The House of Folk?
No. You see, one may also even say. The Blaster job was too early for me.
How come then?
How old do you want me to be? Do you know how old I am?
Unless you tell me.
You know my age. Yeah. Then you have to add 1 or 2. You want me to be 70 or 80 before I get a job?
I remember speaking to Leo that day, who said those days when he was going there, he was thinking he can't wait to be 60 years to start coaching.
Yeah. Now you see coaches 30 years, even the Bayern coach now.
Yes,
How old is he?
Yeah.
No, it is about it is about encouraging even how old the person is. Encouraging, motivating the person, not to bring the person down. Because definitely, once the person has chosen that, he has an idea. He's in love with that. He's passionate about it. All he needs is support. But here, once you make it, they'll kill you.
So, what were the days of Heart of Oak like?
It was too tough. Tough in some of the things I didn't get it because you'll be there and you'll be called in the midnight when you are sleeping. You have to use this player. You have to use this player and all those, and then it becomes an argument. And sometimes the person that I am.
So they were making efforts to influence your
it's everywhere. Our administrators are like that. I'm saying I do understand that because they also understand the game, but it must come in a way of understanding of, not to impose it. The moment you start to impose, this has to be done. No, discuss it, and when you discuss it, eventually you find an answer.
Yes.
You understand me? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I know.
Yeah.
But let me interrupt. Let us agree and disagree,
yes.
and talk in a way. We will find an answer. But when you come to me, like for instance, what you are doing now, and your boss comes and say, "Hey, Nawela, no, I don't want it. I don't want it." You will not be happy. Yeah. Because at least you must be allowed to
do the thing
and think. The only time, and I'll say it again, I felt so comfortable, I felt so good about what I was doing was when I was with Ashgold. Because I was allowed to work. I was allowed to think out of the box. I was allowed to I control even the field when we're going to play. When we're going to play, I know the kind of team we're going to go ahead, check the opponent, how they play, where they are playing from.
Who was the CEO of Ashgold then?
Mr. Fiano.
Fiano, okay.
Yeah, And then I'll tell, for instance, if I'm going to play Wafa, I'll let the grass grow. This is a secret I'm telling you. Wafa, they had only AstroTurf. So if you let the grass be flat, it will be a problem. They will knock you out. So it's something I shouldn't be saying, but I'm saying it.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead. I say, okay, then if we play on Friday or Saturday, if it's Saturday, I'll go, because every weekend before a match, I'll check the grass. Then I'll say, hey, let it go, don't cut it. These people, if we allow them, they'll kill us. So and then within the next, by 50th, 60th minute, they are tired because it's deeper.
Yeah, it's deep.
In some areas. And then, so I was thinking. I was allowed to think. I went there when the team was very, very down. And I will say it's my defining moment as a coach. Nobody would have believed in me. That I had done dreams. Yes. I had done Heart of Folk. The team was very, very down. In fact, they were at the bottom.
They were almost at them.
And then we continued because
you replaced the assistant coach Bashir Gifford.
I think so. I think he was then the coach, and then he left, and then
I know that was the time he wrote his.
Yeah. So I was allowed, and of course, it's not like I was the only person thinking. I had people around me.
Yes.
I was listening to them, but the way in which we were going was good. Mr. Fiano would come, hey, I don't like that. So yes, the boss. Then we move on. He wasn't imposing everything on me. You have to do that. No. Then if you do that, you limit me as a coach.
Yeah. You cannot.
I cannot. And I was spending my own money to go abroad to learn. After every season that the season is over, no, Charlie, then I'll go. You understand me? So these are the issues. I don't want to delve too much in other teams.
I get it.
Like Buedu, for instance.
Yes.
And all this. It's about time we understand. People will say, oh, either a tuno, but it's not about that. Because I'm sure the administrator, the CEO or whatever, wants the team to succeed.
Yes.
He has one interest. It's about the team, but it's how we go about it. You understand? How we go about it is the problem. So talk to the coach, encourage the coach, give him the necessary support that he needs. If he's going wrong, yes, you have the right to
correct him.
Yeah, to correct him and then maybe get rid of him. But if right from the beginning, he will lose the confidence. And me,
At a hustler?
As a hustler, you are doing this. It's always, I look at you like, then I'll become like Jata. Yeah. You know? And it's not like I don't listen. I listen a lot. Football, you cannot do it alone. I'm telling you. You see, there are supporters who come in a match and insult. You know why? Because they follow the team whilst they were training. Some of them have been to training ground. They know. So if the coach is going wrong, they know. I respect all these things. Some take their time, even go to the field and watch how the player is playing. Yeah. They understand the game. You can't take them out. You can't rubbish them. The same is with CEO. But some of the CEO or some of the they will not even come the whole week. What he hears is what he wants to happen. And it becomes an issue.
Again, it's quite an interesting moment there with Ashanti Gold, but there was also Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Of course.
Tell me, what did it mean to you when you qualified the team to participate in the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup? It was the first time Kotoko was going to the group stages of African competition in 11 years.
It meant a lot. It meant a lot, and I think I will give the credit also to the players. Yeah. You know, those I brought on board, those who were already there.
Abroad football.
I mean, during the qualification today, the money zone, and then when we go into the money zone, yes, we exhibited a good football. Yeah. I mean, I was very, very happy, very proud of the team at that time. I think the match against Cotton Sport, when we went there to win, and it was a strategy which I did with the technical team.
Me too. Yeah,
with the technical team, we saw the weakness of Cotton Sport, and as a result of video analysis, you know, we brought him on board. He was able to get some videos, their current games. We watch and watch and watch. I didn't sleep. I watch and watch and watch, and I said, this is how we have to do. And so we started in training the method, what we have to do, and then from practicals we go to theory, or talking to them. And I was then, when we went there, I was very confident that at least something will come out of it. And the boys listened. They did so well. When we came back, and then
how would you describe your days at Kotoko?
Wonderful. It was a good moment for me as a coach. I was very, very happy. Very, 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 very happy. There were matches we played. After the match, I walk home, you know, and to reflect. My house from the stadium was a bit far, but not too far. So I walk and reflect, and it was always joy.
There was one I met you at the stadium.
Was it
No, in fact, that day, Felix Adam made a certain save on the pitch. That was incredible. Yeah, I remember. I met you. One day I met you. You were walking.
I was walking. That's all. I would bring the car to the stadium, but when we finish the match, I walk home. And it's all about reflection and what I'm grateful to play, grateful to the Creator, God, and I was very, very happy.
But your exit was unpalatable.
It's always been like that, you know. So and you see, the way I am, the way I go about things, it's not too good in our world. Especially when I say our world, I'll narrow it to Ghana. Yeah. Now, football industry, the way I do my things and stuff, because I'm a very straight person. When you're doing something that is not right, I wouldn't wait. I'll tell you. And people refer that Nakuma Hanu and all that. It's not like that.
I remember one of them.
Yeah.
I remember one of them.
Which
was that you're too emotional and you were fighting with management. I have said it. You have said it. Manager of Kotoko, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember one that there were these allegations that you were being forced to make changes to your team and all that. They were forcing players on you to start.
You know, it happens everywhere. For me, you see, if we had sat down to discuss it, you are not happy about this.
But it didn't happen.
Or there were different issues, even within management itself. Sometimes I'm supposed to have a meeting with the team, and then one person will call me, come. When we finish, I go, don't mind them. I say, go, and I was like, what is it? Whilst we've all agreed that it's going to be a management, I have to tell them about the team and what I have to do. Then one person will call me, and it happened, I think, 3 times. the first one, they were waiting for me. I said, oh, I thought this gentleman has spoken to you because he called me to his house, and it was clear that there isn't a good understanding between them, more or less myself.
So them for your money.
I mean that one is an agreement.
Yeah.
An agreement.
They had to honor the agreement.
Yeah. And it was misunderstanding of a certain clause in the contract, which I understood it differently and they understood it differently. Eventually, we had to go somewhere
for it to be resolved.
For it to be resolved.
I remember speaking to you, and you had said that it was difficult to accept the way they manner the
I was here. We had gone together to watch Kotoko and Ashgold final in Cape Coast. So I was with them. Nothing happened. We went to watch Kwame Poku then.
Oh, okay.
So we decided we needed a striker because Yakubu was sort of going out. In fact, we were preparing for the Champions League.
Oh, okay.
For the coming Champions League.
Yeah.
So we were looking for a striker. And then I went with them. The next day I was here and then they called me and said I have to come to an office. And I didn't say, we just met. If there was, I said, oh, you come. I went there. I was sitting in front of, I think, about 5 people. Nobody could tell me, who can Kasa, can. I said, who can? Then I said, what? What is it? Then one person came out, Coach.
Chairman C.
What?
What's the Chairman C?
No, what was happening? I said, So then eventually they said, I said, hey, so all these things we were doing, I was with you yesterday, you were not happy. Why didn't you tell me? That also broke me down. And I thought, I didn't even see a sign. And then he told me, then he said I should be a technical director. I said, what? I said, no.
I'm too young to be a
technical. I'm not a technical director. I mean, with all respect, you can say, well, but for technical director job. You see, but I have always been seen as some difficult person, but the way they go about things, it's not okay.
But on a hindsight, do you also think that there are certain things you should also address them differently?
Maybe, but of course, like I'm saying, I don't just explode. I don't just get up and
get angry.
If I had been with you a day before an incident where you plan to do it, just in a way, tell me. You call me. If my heart was not, I would have. I almost fell there when I got here. So maybe, but I have looked at things in a different way. I have changed.
As in how you approach things, or
since I came Ghana, I decided, I'm going to settle now in Ghana because I was in Europe. From that time till now, I have changed a lot because I realized that the way I see things there. It's not the same. It's not. I can't do it like that. And so I talk about it. And for me, something that you take maybe 2 years to say, I will say it.
With you 1 second.
Yeah, I will say it. But you see, in a way where we had to, I'll tell you a funny story. When I was with Levin Wise, there was a problem. I was talking to players after a first half match. One of the directors came into the dressing room. He was bullshitting me in front of me. Stop what you are saying. I said, And so I was talking to him. So he interrupted and I said, please, you go out first. Go out. So as a result of this, go out. And I was able to push him out. Tell him that I had the guys, so he can talk to me after. I'm talking to the players. So he should wait. After then. And I said that he went out. Could you believe the next day, I went to him, I was, good morning, I was, it's fine. He told me, don't move away. I was like, what is wrong? And I had forgotten.
After you're that kind of a person, you get angry at the moment.
No. We must be able to separate issues. So that I have a problem with you, we are working. We, for instance, this house, we are the gate men. You understand me? It is your turn to open, but you had gone to pee or something. Ease yourself. And I'm the only one there. The boss is coming. Because I have issues with you,
I will not open.
I'll go and start so that the boss will see your leaking. Okay, I don't do that.
I see.
You understand? I don't do that.
I see.
But again, I can also now look at it where it's always their fault. Yeah. Sometimes it's also my fault. Yeah. You understand me? Maybe we have a culture that I need to tone down on certain, and I have learned from those things. I'm not somebody who wants to fight. I'm a good listener. I know that. When you talk to me about players, I will pick it because what you are saying makes sense. I'm not somebody who, but when you come and you want to do this to me, that one, it's difficult. We must come. We're talking about football, and it's about understanding. It's about talking, discussing. You know, about issues. There are people I work with who sometimes control me, but they don't know.
Really?
Because of what they say.
Oh, okay.
Because I had picked what, and sometimes when they speak, I pick it. They don't even know that I've picked it.
You picked it.
You understand me?
And your listening skill is quite incredible.
Yeah.
That is CK Akonnor speaking to us on Prime Take. It's been quite an exhaustive conversation, but I have just a little more. I want to take a little more of his time. 11 wives, Dreams FC, Ashgold, Asante Kotoko. Then came Black Stars. Mm-hmm. How did that arrive?
Well, as a result of, first of all, by the grace of God and what I had done over the years, you know, I was then the assistant as well, or assistant coach of the Black Stars. Yeah. And so when the vacancy came, I think there was discussions, and they thought I could do it, and the opportunity was given to me.
Talk to us briefly. I don't know, how would you describe that period of heading the technical team of the Black Stars? You have been a captain, and now you are returning as a coach of that team. How would you describe it?
It was very, very challenging. It was the biggest chance I've had, you know, as far as the coaching career was concerned, and so I embrace it, knowing that it's going to be difficult. But of course, when I started, unfortunately for me, COVID came, a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, you know, and I kept changing the team because sometimes you're going to play a match, you invited players, you see that COVID, players are injured, you know, sometimes we selected a chunk of the players locally, knowing that maybe we might use them because then the English teams were not going to allow fans. It was always a problem. I never had one squad in two matches. Today, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks time, or in a month's time, the team will change. So it was very, very challenging for me, and unfortunately, I had to leave the position.
Your first job, I remember your first game was against Mali in Turkey. You were beaten handsomely, hands down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a welcome message for me. And then the second match we quickly got it right. Qatar, a very big team. We were also preparing for welcome. How many? It was 5-1 or so. We won, which was good. And then we had
favoring certain players over others.
I wasn't. You see, a lot of people would talk because they are outside. They don't know what was going on. You know, there were players who couldn't have come. There were players who were available. They had come previous matches. They didn't do well. Maybe there was an opportunity for me to, if I've had a full squad, I wouldn't invite them again. You know, players like Lomote, for instance. Lomote, it got to it. I wasn't happy with it, so I was not going to invite him.
But why was he always a mainstay in the team?
No, he wasn't. It was because, like I told you, the situation. If you are going to use a player who had a chance of playing and somebody who have not had any experience at all, who will you pick?
But you told us you had a pool of 40 players, so it means that you could.
No. A pool of 40 players. I'm saying the 40 players which I had, maybe 20 players were out. Well, at that time I had them, but when it got to the time to invite the players, I couldn't get them. That was what was happening. You know, there was a time we even invited Fatah, the goalkeeper?
Yeah, Fatah Dauda.
Yeah, Fatah Dauda.
Yes.
He was not part of that, but something happened. Immediately, I couldn't speak, bring it out. Something happened with the goalkeepers.
What happened?
So somebody one of them had COVID.
Oh, okay.
And we couldn't take him along. So and it was the day, I think the day or a day or two before we left. Yeah. You can't invite, the time of inviting a player
to fly.
It's out. You have to do something immediately. You understand me? So it was always challenging. Always challenging. I can understand the argument of certain people.
Yes.
You know, I could also understand those who didn't like me as a coach. At that time, they favored other people. But you see, we must be patient. We must be patient.
Did they impose players on you? Did the GFA impose players on you?
Well, this is everywhere. We've already discussed it. It's everywhere. There were players, you know, everybody has, if I ask you to choose players, then even you choose players that I don't want.
But there's a possibility we can also choose players and the difference might just be one or two players.
I agree.
Yes.
You know, so there was this situation, but I had to make a final.
You had the final say on the squad that was being selected.
It was always a situation where it was challenging, very, very challenging. And I know why you're asking that.
Yes.
Yeah. It was always challenging. There was always a problem in that aspect.
In that aspect, because I can recall personally reporting some of these stories, and this one I'm speaking as a witness because two players. I reported that story. That you
and I was told I was doing it with you. Anything that happened.
Oh, we were told that.
Yeah, anything happened negative concerning the team, it's me. One way or the other, one somebody shut it down. Who that person is, I don't know.
Coach, you know because people employed you. Those people decided.
But it could be something else. It could be something forces behind it. I don't know. I was disturbed because I was looking forward to that AFCON. Looking forward so bad to it.
You actually think you have done better than Mito did?
I wouldn't say so, but of course, I had a plan. And if that plan had worked, maybe we would have done better than we did. Yeah.
I don't know why if you heard some of these rumors that some of the decisions, the reason why the FA decided that you were no longer to work with them was that they said it was Isaac Isiama who employed you and not the GFA.
But the GFA also said they employed me. It's funny. Recently I heard that same person now want to tell that he's not the one who employed, but that person told me he's the one who did it. You know, so. But
I you have so many things in your heart you don't want to talk about.
There are a lot of things that I've kept cool, kept calm about it, and I thank God I'm not bitter about it. I prayed over all these things, and now I'm free. So which was what I was.
But they still hurt you.
Oh yes, humanly you'll be hurt. You'll be hurt because you thought, okay, if nothing at all, just allow me to go to the AFCON. If nothing at all, then after the AFCON, by that time my contract would have finished.
Yes.
So, but God knows best. God knows best, and I'm not against anybody. I'm not bitter anymore. At the beginning, yes, I was hurt. I was disturbed.
If you had an opportunity, what would it change after your days at Black Stars?
Well, there are a few things I would change, and I was also looking for those players who are in now. Now that
Inaki, you brought in Jiku.
Yeah.
I remember you even called this boy who is now playing for Belgium.
Yeah.
I've forgotten his name like that. You
called Jeremy Doku. Yeah.
Yes, and then he got a call.
I met him. We sat down. We had a lot of discussion, and it's funny. Those guys, the way they even speak the tree, you
really?
Yeah. They were all interested, happy, and looking forward to it. Some of them were not convinced. They were not too sure if they want to do it, But thankfully, like Tariq,
yeah,
I had a
meeting with him.
The father.
Oh, okay.
Inaki, we were discussing it, whether we should do it now or we should, And so the fact that most of them are in now is all of us.
You also met Salisu.
Yeah,
I was at that press conference.
Yeah.
What were his reasons that he said he was not coming?
Salisu, I didn't get a chance to talk to him. When I went to Spain, I tried to reach him. I couldn't reach him. But I spoke to his agent then. Okay. I think his issue was beyond me. Okay. His issue was personal, and I think now it's been solved. So I'm happy he's back. He will give a little bit of stability at the back, which is good. So I'm happy all those guys are back, and I believe the team will improve. It's
been more than a year since the FA partner company with you. What have you been doing recently?
I've gone twice to Germany and back. I wanted to get another batch in terms of the coaching, and listen, it has not been successful because of one or two things, and I hope the ministries will finally
give you your money.
Give me my money.
How much are you owed, sir?
I can't tell you.
But you know I can find out.
Of course, you already know. But I can't speak.
Yeah, on record.
On record. Hopefully this will be settled. It's over a year now, and I think it is fair to do it. I don't know why it's going on to.
Maybe they don't have money. Have you engaged them trying to get your money?
We have. My lawyers, their lawyers. We've sat down. We've spoken about everything. They know what they have to give me.
So why are you not dealing with the FA and you're dealing with the ministry? Because it was the FA.
Because in fact, when it comes to the money aspect, I was always dealing with the ministries, not the FA.
Oh, okay.
So I see no reason why I should. Because when they were going to give me, they wasn't paid regularly.
Yes.
As well. So when they get 2 months after a while, then I'll go and take it from them, not the FA. So I thought. But I think the contract was signed with the FA, and they also did what they had to do by giving the ministry a letter of acknowledging them what they had to pay to me and stuff. So I think it's the ministry, but if maybe I suppose the FA should also push a bit.
How difficult has it been for you not receiving your money?
It's frustrating. I mean, when I was actively working, I wasn't paid regularly. And sometimes it's embarrassing to talk about it. Somebody will ask, why then did you do it? Why did There were a lot of things people were accusing, why didn't I speak out? But I will speak at the right time.
You are speaking now?
Yeah, but this is not, I have my way of...
But you've really kept so many things away from me, Coach.
Which you now know.
I know some, not all.
Yeah, sometimes it's not necessary to talk. Silence
is golden.
It's golden, and more so, I was accused too many times of things which were happening, especially when this guy, what is his name, Songo, speaks. I'm the one who
told him.
Who told him? He's still speaking.
You are not there.
I'm not there. You know a lot of stories that I don't even know. As far as you've told me few about the FA, what is going on there. I don't know. I'm less concerned about those things. I was focusing on my job, and those things seriously distract me from doing my job properly.
I don't know if this is quite an obvious question, but Coach, did you take the Black Stars coaching job too early?
No, I don't think so. I just needed encouragement. I just needed.
And you didn't get the environment?
No, I didn't get the atmosphere that I worked was a very tough one, difficult one. It got to a time I didn't know who to trust, who to speak to. I was in the middle of too many things. It was difficult for me, very, very difficult. And like I said, maybe the mistake I made was not to focus on my job, but I was always turning around and looking for help and support.
Was there a point you felt like walking away from the job?
Well, there were a few times when, not walking away, but the pressure was then too much. Not the pressure from outside, but the pressure within. You understand me? The pressure within was I was shocked. I had to, you sit down having a common discussion and kind of questions that will come. And you go like, when you go back, you have to think
about it.
And it wasn't the best, But hey, I'm no more there now. And
did Ghanaians also have high expectations of you? Were they so much?
I'm sure some will, or they do because of what I had done. you know, I did well with Ashgold. I went to Kotoko. I showed what I can do, and from Kotoko, that journey, the AFCON, the experience I had to the national was not too far away. Yeah. Even though the national team was, you know, the biggest of all, but there were so many challenges, things that weren't right, that could not be done. You know,
mention one.
No, I'll put in the book.
You're writing the book?
Yeah, I will put in the book.
Have you started writing one?
I'll put in the book at the right time and it will come out. And
Coach, in life, you have to start writing now. Are you writing the book now?
You want me to tell you?
Oh, you're writing the book, but if you're writing the book, it's not a big deal.
I will finish very soon. It will come out. You know, and not to destroy about what we have to do as a nation. You know, because I think...
Do you have regrets working as Black Stars coach?
No, I can't say that. Working as a Black Star coach is the biggest.
But the environment, do you have regrets working within the environment?
The environment was not conducive.
Do you foresee yourself?
I wish it had been better. I wish it had been better.
But do you foresee yourself coming back maybe someday?
I can't say. I'm still a coach. I want to really improve.
Kwesi Appiah came back, so it's so possible.
Yeah, you know, I still want to get more knowledge about the game and more now. I'm looking at even doing the technical directorate area of work in terms of improving scouting and all those things. Not necessarily coaching. Yeah. I want to learn more and improve more.
You've started for the national team a couple of times.
Yeah. I've done. I mean, listen. One would say you think it is too early. I had been an assistant under 17 Frimpong Manso.
Yeah.
I had been an assistant Orlando under 20. I was then assistant Black Stars. I had coached 11 Wise.
You worked with Marcel Akonnor too? Oh?
No,
that was brief? Oh, okay.
I had coached 11 Wise. Right to Dream Academy, which is now the biggest in Africa or West Africa. Yeah. Okay, Hearts of Folk, big team.
Ashgold,
Kotoko. Now Black, and then you say, and then I'm getting close to 50, and you say it was too early for me. You want me to be 70, 80 if I
like Japaton.
And I don't have the energy to. I mean, you know, it didn't work as it ought to.
Yeah.
Work. It doesn't mean it was too early for me. I know, you know, when I first started the job, a lot of people criticized my appointment, which was disappointing. A lot of people that I have known as a player who were with the national team then, you know, who had been around the team, and if nothing at all, I know them. It's discouraging to bring it out like that. And I'm a Ghanaian, not Sebi.
You're not a Ghanaian.
You understand me? And these are things that you should look at it. And a lot of people also connected it to the fact that maybe
you had worked with the FA president and all that.
So it was more challenging, and it looks I was not too favored. You know, I don't know what they were looking for. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, so.